All right, what is up, everyone? OG over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to another PE Live. Today, we have a great show for you guys. A lot of interesting topics to go over, and of course, your topics at the end here. Just to let you guys know about the music, this is Lost in Thoughts, All Alone. This is the Super Smash Bros. For Wii U version, which is the same exact thing. It's the instrumental. If you play the game on the 3DS, Fire Emblem Fates, you'll get the actual lyrics and all that. But this is just the instrumental of the song. But yeah, it's called Lost in Thoughts, All Alone. And if you haven't played Fire Emblem, I've been hearing more and more people say, I've never played Fire Emblem. Nope, never played it. If you have not played Fire Emblem, you need to play Fire Emblem. It is, in my opinion, Nintendo's best franchise, along with Xenoblade. So to me, Xenoblade and Fire Emblem are like Nintendo's two top franchises. Those are my favorite, at least. Those are just my favorite. Fire Emblem is very, very good. Very, very good. Love the Fire Emblem games on the 3DS. All very good. So we're going to go ahead and put this down just a bit. So let me get my shout-outs to everyone here in the chat. And then we'll get going with the content that we have here for you guys. So let's see here. So shout-outs to George. What's up, George? Droid got banned. What is up, Elite Ninja George? And of course, oh no, not Elite Ninja, but Droid's part of the crew. Droid's part of the crew. I didn't see the headband right there, so he hasn't sponsored, but I know he's on other stuff. So shout outs there, Droid. Shout outs to George as well. What's up? A Gamer, what is up? Bizarre Metal, what is up, dude? Squampy, what's up, Elite Ninja Squampy? How's it going? What's up, Keenan? How's it going? I'm doing good, man. What's up, the Black Wolf? Good to see you back from my Nino Cooney stream. Justin Marta, what is up, man? First time that you got here before it started. Shoutouts. It's the first time for everything. What's up, Ness? How's it going? Alonzo Vine, what's up, man? My day's going good. I can't complain. What's up? I cannot say. It's Japanese. So what's up, dude? And he talks about Fire Emblem a bit. Absolutely, it's amazing. What's up, KJ? 23.99. What's up, Bro Bacha? What is up, dude? Your picture's still not populating, Bro Bacha. I don't know. There's something wrong with Google. What's up, E Diddy? How's it going? Couldn't get into Fates or Echoes, but loved Awakening. They're like the same. Fates is like the same thing as Awakening. Like, it's literally the same thing. Echoes is different, but Fates and Awakening are literally the same thing, just different characters. But it's like the same exact gameplay. There's almost like nothing different between the two. Echoes I can understand, because Echoes' gameplay is kind of different because it doesn't use a weapon triangle. There's lots of different things with what they do in that game in terms of weapons leveling up. There's dungeons, so I can understand that. But Fates and Awakening are literally the same thing. Shout outs to Cheezer. What's up, Cheezer? How's it going, Elite Ninja Cheezer? M. Williams, how's it going? Soulcar, what is up? David Guido, what is up? Civilized Sun, what is up? Elite Ninja Civilized Sun. Elite Ninja Blue Bolt, how's it going, man? Haven't seen you here for a while. Good to have you back. Quiet Lion Gaming, what's up? Dinzus, what is up, man? How's it going? Shout outs, Elite Ninja Dinzus. I know I don't think I properly gave you a shout out because I think you subscribed maybe when the channel wasn't online or something like that. But either way, or you sponsored. But thank you so much for the sponsorship. We were at 81, but we dipped back down to 79. So once we hit 80, or sorry, not 80. Once we hit 90, we have that final cartridge lick. And of course, once we hit 100, we have a Nintendo Switch giveaway. So, but I'm not re-licking a cartridge at 80. Some people were asking me about that. No. I don't do re-licks. Okay, so we already hit that one time, so I get to look at the cartridge. Then at 90, we will lick a cartridge. So when we get there. So shout outs. Let's see. New sponsor love Patreon. That's all good. It's all good. No Patreon or either one. I appreciate your support. Shout outs to Squid. What's up, Squid? What's up, M. Williams? How's it going? Let's see. Echoes might be your favorite. Echoes is really good. Echoes is good. Soul Flaming, Shin Megami. Oh my gosh, you have a long name. Shout outs. Yo, shout outs, my boy, Droid. Let's go. Wait for it, guys. Concentrate your chakra. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready for it. It's coming. Focus. It's coming. Hopefully, one of these days. It's coming. Come on, Droid. Activate it, Droid. Activate it. Activate it. There we go. What is up? Shout outs to my boy Droid got banned. Hitting us with that Sharingan. Hitting us with that sponsor. My dude knows the future. The future is PlayerEssence. So thank you so much, Droid. I do appreciate that. Enjoy the emotes that you do have. Droid, thank you so much for the sponsorship. Do appreciate that, my guy. So Droid sponsor hype. Everyone in the chat, please give some love to Droid. Hitting us up with that sponsor. Thank you so much, homie. Do appreciate that. Have some headbands while you're at it. Put your headbands around your head. Shoutouts. Shoutouts there. So, you know what? We got to do this. Anytime we get one, we got to do this. I'm always telling you guys to put your headbands on. We get a sponsor. I gotta put my headband on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Shoutouts, Droid. I'm putting on this headband for you. You said you want some headbands? Here you go. Here's a headband. Here's an actual headband that I'm putting on for Droid sponsoring. Let's go. Let's go. Here's an actual headband that I'm putting on. So I will wear my headband for the duration of this live stream. Shoutouts. Thank you so much, Joy. Do appreciate that. Anytime I get one, I'll put on the headband for you guys. Shoutouts to Dinzus with the $1.99 donation through Super Chat. It says, don't let Far Cry 5 stop Switch dead in its tracks. It's going to stop the Switch dead in its tracks, dude. It's going to stop it dead in its tracks. The Switch is done. It's Dunskies, my boy. Dunskies. No, but shoutouts. Thank you so much, Dinzus. I do appreciate that. And also, thank you so much, Joy Got Banned. Do appreciate that. No, let's see here. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and the new no, it does not need a new etching. Skip you, SqidVishus, and your squiddy talk. Stop it. Yeah, 80s sponsors. We're back up to 80. We dipped down to 79. We're back up to 80. We're trying to get to 90. When really the ultimate goal is to get to 100, and then we're gonna start doing Nintendo Switch giveaways. So shout outs there. Yeah, no cartridge leak. I already licked the cartridge on the yesterday's PE Live or something like that. I already licked it yesterday, so no cartridge leak for me. Nobody can beat me in the world. Nobody. I'm the best ninja ever. So I think we got pretty much everyone here in the chat. Thank you so much, Jordan, once again. Let's go ahead and get into the main content here for today's live stream. Today it's very interesting because my boy Stealth via Twitter was talking about people who were saying that there should be an open world Fire Emblem game. And I'm wondering, like, okay, first I thought, like, at first I was like, okay, open world Fire Emblem game. Like, nobody who's played Fire Emblem actually thinks that an open world Fire Emblem game would work. The concept seems really weird. It's like, basically what you'd be doing is, like, the combat in Fire Emblem is not real time. So I mean, like, that would be weird for a Fire Emblem game to be an open world, because like you just be going and then would you go into like strategy turn-based battles? It just seems weird to me to put a Fire Emblem game in an open world. There'd be like no point. I think it'd be a complete waste of resources to the core elements of what Fire Emblem is. Now, what I noticed a lot of people talking about in the comment section was like, okay, well, they can do like Fire Emblem Warriors, you know, but Fire Emblem Warriors isn't a traditional core Fire Emblem game. Fire Emblem Warriors is Fire Emblem Warriors. It's a Warriors game with a Fire Emblem skin. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that, okay, all of a sudden Nintendo should make like a Fire Emblem open world game and make it like Fire Emblem Warriors. That's okay. How about Koei Tecmo makes that? You know, we're talking about mainline Fire Emblem games here, and yeah, I don't see that happening in terms of that. So Stealth blocked you. Were you being annoying? Were you being annoying? Is that why Stealth blocked you? Hopefully that's no bueno though. If Stealth blocked you, dude, that's no bueno. If you want, I can ask him to unblock you, but you never know. You never know what's going on. Never know what's going on. So it's all about the story in Fire Emblem. Well, it's all about the gameplay in Fire Emblem, actually. I mean, wait a minute. Hey, gamer, didn't you just say that you've never played a Fire Emblem, but yet you're talking about how Fire Emblem's all about the story? How would you know what Fire Emblem's all about if you've never played it? That makes no sense. You guys give me some comments, because I want to react. You guys already heard what I had to say. Give me some comments about Fire Emblem, what you guys are looking forward to. I'll talk about the Nintendo Switch version of the game and what I think. But yeah, hey, gamer, I'm pretty sure you said that you've never played a Fire Emblem game before. Unless I'm mistaken here. Let me scroll back up. I thought you said that you never played a Fire Emblem game before. So okay, Okay, shout outs to Joy got banned, hitting us with the $1 donation. Just, I had to renew my subscription. You don't have to do that, man. Oh, I love the content. Well, no. Anytime that we get a sponsor, I think I'm going to introduce it. Anytime that we get one sponsor, if I'm not wearing my headband, I'll wear my headband for the sponsor. Because I always say, give you guys, you know, shout outs to the headbands. Well, you know what? I might as well, let me speak here. I might as well put on my headband. So when I tell you guys, headbands for the new ninjas. So there you go. Let's see here. Fire Emblem Switch will be my first Fire Emblem game. You kiddos, and you're not playing a Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem is so good. Open world Fire Emblem Pirates game. I don't know about all that. Yo, Sean Sweeney, my guy. You've been traveling for work. Yeah, I know. You've been in space. You've been in space. You're an astronaut. Sean Sweeney, everyone. This man, Sean Sweeney, he used to be this guy that used to come out to our streams all the time. Used to hang out and play video games, but he had to go and do really important work stuff and not hang out with us anymore. Okay, I see how it is, Sean. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. What's up, Sean? Good to have you back, man. I know you've been busy with work and everything. I kind of figured I don't want to bother you on Twitter and all that. I know you've been busy traveling, doing boss stuff, doing all that things. So, shout outs, man. Glad to have you back for a live stream. So, yeah, man. Yeah, Sweeney, you got to get in on some Rocket League with this. If I have to put up the poll for Rocket League, I think we're going to have ARMS, Rocket League, and Smash. So yeah, man. What's up, DJ? How's it going, man? Sean has been in space. He's been in space, man. Yo, what's up, NX Revolution? Shoutouts to Elite Ninja NX Revolution. Your first Fire Emblem too. All of you Fire Emblem newbies here. Yo, let's go. You guys are gonna love Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem is this unique mix of amazing gameplay, amazing story, fantastic characters, and everything. And once again, thank you to Droid for the $1 donation. I do appreciate that. Shoutouts, Elite Ninja, and thank you for using Streamlabs as well. So yeah, man. Let's see. Quiet Lion Gaming has a comment here. So he says, I hope Fire Emblem on Switch is like Awakening and Fates, but with upgraded graphics and just a cleaner look and keeping the solid Fire Emblem gameplay. Well, you know what? I'm pretty sure it's going to be just as you described. I think there's going to be more to it than that. But yeah, man, I think it's going to be very much like that. I think there's going to be some added elements to what they added in there. So, you know. So yeah, man. Absolutely. Fire Emblem is amazing. Yes, NX Revolution Fire Emblem is amazing. PlayerEssence. Why people keep on saying that? Shout outs to Blue Bull. Thank you so much for the comment. But yeah, man. Okay. Yeah, don't jutsu you. I'm about to. If you weren't a sponsor, I would completely hit you with the katana right now and send you through the internet. But you know, I will go easy on you. I will go easy on you, so no, I will not be. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Never played a Fire Emblem game. You know what the funny thing is, though? I mean, like, it makes sense that a lot of you guys haven't played Fire Emblem games, especially if you're younger. You know, if you're younger and you never played it, like, if you're into Nintendo's home consoles, I can get it, because Nintendo hasn't really necessarily been making Fire Emblem games mainstream-wise, you know, right? They had Fire Emblem games on the 3DS, but if you weren't into the 3DS, or if you weren't playing the 3DS games, whatever the case was, then you probably missed the Fire Emblem games that Nintendo's put out, if you're younger. Now, if you're older like me, now, I've played Fire Emblem before I played Awakening, but Awakening was really where I got into my fandom of Fire Emblem, and to where it rose to the top for me. Awakening and Fates, those two games made Fire Emblem jump up Nintendo's ladder, for me at least, just for me. But I played like the Sacred Stones, I played that, I played some of the other ones, I played some of the older ones as well, before I played Awakening. Just none of them really hit home until Awakening for me, so yeah, man. What's Rebel 1? What is up, Rebel 1? Elite Ninja, how's it going? Okay. So he says, hey OJ, thanks for the shout out. Name is pronounced Nus, like business. Dinzus, like business. What do you mean like business? Like Dinas? Dinas. That tripped me up. Dean is us. Is that what you're trying to say? Dean is us? Dean is us. Okay, Dean is us. Okay, got it. I think it's Dean is us. Okay, that's too much for such a short name. I'm just gonna call you Shadow D. No, no, that's a horrible nickname. I gotta think of something, so I'll think of something in the meantime. Starlit Sky, hey OJ, the symbol on your headband is upside down. Oh, well, here we go. Thank you for letting me know. let's go ahead and make sure this is right side up. Ah, you're right. It is upside down. Let's go. You're a little late to the stream. It's okay, Elite Shadow. It's all good. Glad to have you here. Ah, there you go. Thank you. Thank you, Starlit Sky. I do appreciate that. Make sure we have our headbands right side up. All right. Diniz. Okay. Yeah, Diniz sounds good. Diniz. Oh, Squid. Stop it. Oh, man. Shoutouts to Squampy. Elite Ninja Squampy's here in the house. Shoutouts. Because I hope there's more of a focus on a more serious story like Fire Emblem 7 and Path of Radiance. Pretty much all the Fire Emblems have pretty serious stories. I don't know the other stories that aren't serious. Awakening's pretty serious. Fates is pretty serious. Echoes is pretty serious. They're all pretty serious stories, so I don't really know how any more serious you want it, Squampy. Let's see here. Diniz us. Diniz us. I'm just gonna call him Diniz. Diniz. I don't like putting that. I don't like having three separate, like, the syllables or whatever, like three separate separations in terms of pronouncing it. That's too much for how short his name is, you know. So I'm just gonna go with Diniz. See, oh, if you didn't tease, how would you know I like you? I know. It's all good. Keep teasing, Squid. Keep teasing. Elite Shadow, since you're a fan of Naruto Shippuden, what's your favorite? At least, no, I'm not gonna talk about Naruto characters. We're talking about Fire Emblem right now, Shadow Elite. If you want to talk about Fire Emblem, we have a comment about Fire Emblem, we can do that. Right now, we're not talking about Naruto characters. This DJ says, hey OJ, about the Travis Strikes Again, what do you think Suda went with the smaller team this time? Well, we're not talking about Travis Strikes Again. We're talking about Fire Emblem right now. Once we get into the open section, that's fine. Once we get into that, obviously, like, Travis Strikes, I've already talked about Travis Strikes Again a million times. So if you want to hear my opinions or my thoughts on Travis Strikes Again, look up my videos. I have reactions. I have my thoughts on it. It's a game. It's a game. If you want to play the older games, play the older games. If you want to play this newer Travis Strikes Again, if you want to play it, play it. If you don't like the way it looks, then don't play it. I mean, I'm done talking about it right now until we get some more news. So, or you can wait till, like I said, open question. We're talking about Fire Emblem. So if any of you guys have any thoughts about an open world Fire Emblem and why people are even saying this, or Fire Emblem in general, be more than happy to answer those. Yep. More than happy to answer that. Fire Emblem anime. There is a Fire Emblem anime, but it's like a couple episodes, and it's not very good. But I mean, I don't really need a Fire Emblem anime. So yeah. There was a Fire Emblem anime. Yeah, it released many years ago. It's not very good though. What's my favorite Fire Emblem game? My favorite Fire Emblem game is Fire Emblem Awakening. What is your favorite Fire Emblem game, Elite Shadow? Let me know you guys' favorite Fire Emblem games. Nathaniel Ventura says, does Fire Emblem pretty much has to be announced at E3 if it's coming out this year? No, Fire Emblem does not have to be announced at E3 if it's coming out this year. We had multiple games be announced at different times, so no, I'm not going to put anything past Nintendo. If it's not announced at E3, it can be announced at a Direct and be launching like in a month or two. You never know with them, because they already announced Fire Emblem last year, so I don't think so. And I think you mean like show Fire Emblem, like show it off and actually see what it's about. You know, yeah, I think they'll do that at E3, but no, I don't think that they have to, or it's not going to come out this year. Cherry Diet Dr. Pepper, yeah, man, Cherry Diet Dr. Pepper is really good. I don't drink soda much, but it's actually pretty good. I'm curious to know the new characters in the new Fire Emblem franchise during or before E3. Okay, so yeah, it's probably going to be a brand new game, so you're not going to get characters that, you know, outside of what they give you for like the history characters. You're probably not. It's probably going to be all new characters. So, you know, yeah. So yeah, Sacred Stones is the best Fire Emblem. Okay, so you like Sacred Stones the most. I played it. I thought it was okay. It's not my favorite, but yeah, a lot of people do like Sacred Stones the most. Awakening, hands down. I don't know if it's hands down because of the style of the gameplay compared to some of the other Fire Emblem games, but it's really good. Awakening's really good. I don't like RPGs. I'm just here to chill. How do you not like RPGs? What type of person doesn't like RPGs? That does not even make, that does not compute. That does not compute in my brain. How do you not like RPGs? What? 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 I haven't played Metroid Prime trilogy, but I hope there's a Fire Emblem anime or open world game. Okay, you haven't played Metroid Prime trilogy, okay? But a Fire Emblem anime. Why would you want a Fire Emblem anime right now? Or why would you want an open world game? I'm curious to know, because that's what some people were saying, like, oh, open world Fire Emblem. Why would you want an open world Fire Emblem? Can anybody explain to me why an open world Fire Emblem would be good for the franchise? Like, people like to make the comparison to Legend of Zelda, but Legend of Zelda was already kind of open world. It was just limited by technology or Nintendo not wanting to make a true open world game. But there was already open world elements in Legend of Zelda. The game was already open. Like, if you play Wind Waker, it's kind of like an open world. You have a bunch of sea that you're just going across and you're roaming around anywhere you want. Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, the original Legend of Zelda, all those were like originally open world games anyway, just limited by tech or Nintendo not wanting to be a true open world. So Legend of Zelda made sense, and heck, I was saying that it should be more open-ended in terms of Zelda, but I don't understand why Fire Emblem should be an open world game. I don't get the concept of that, you know? I would like to know what type of gameplay elements that they can add into it to where it makes sense. Fire Emblem Royale, that's okay. How about not? You don't have free time, man. Still though, you got to put a few hours in on the weekends, my dude. Put it in with the Switch. You have portable nature. You can play it. You can play a bit on the lunch breaks. You know what I'm saying, man? Play a little bit on the lunch breaks. Play a little bit on the weekend. Relax in the living room with the family. You know, play a little bit then and there, man. I mean, Switch is the perfect system to get into RPGs. Absolutely perfect system. Absolutely perfect. How many copies sold to make Fire Emblem a success? Well, I don't know the development cost of Fire Emblem, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know how much they need to sell for it to be a success. Let's see here. The only people who want Fire Emblem or open world Fire Emblem are the people who've never played it, or maybe they don't know much about the gameplay in there. So yeah. Mine is Fates and Awakening, OJ. Okay, Fates and Awakening, you're a man of taste, I see. You don't do strategy turn-based? Why not? Strategy turn-based is absolutely amazing. Strategy turn-based is so good. It's such a good genre. It's so good. It's a subgenre of RPGs. There are always ways they could make an open world Fire Emblem. I don't care that much. I'll buy it either way. Well, let me know. Give me some gameplay concepts. Everyone's saying that, oh yeah, they can. Oh yeah, open world Fire Emblem. Give me some gameplay concepts for an open world Fire Emblem game and how it actually enhances the experience. I mean, they can make all sorts of Fire Emblem games and just throw characters in there. You can make a Fire Emblem cooking game if you wanted to, or they can make a Fire Emblem dancing game like Persona Dancing All Night. But how does Fire Emblem open world enhance the gameplay of the game? Like, how does it make it a better Fire Emblem for you to walk around in the open world, or for you to run around with Ike in the open world? I just want to know if you guys have gameplay concepts. That's all. So I like to read them out and talk about them. And if you guys have a cool concept, I'll be like, okay, yeah, that might work. You know? Yes, I've played Bravely Default. I've played Bravely Second. If you type into my channel, Bravely Default, Bravely Second, type in Bravely anything, you can get my thoughts dating all the way back to 2014, when Bravely Default first launched, and then also Bravely Second. I've played both of them. I love them. I really like Bravely Default. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Shoutouts to Zachary. Is it Sharage? Shoutouts, dude. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Elite Ninja Village of PlayerEssence. Hopefully you enjoy your stay here. Obviously, I am wearing a headband on my head. I am wearing a Naruto headband because someone sponsored. So I do appreciate that once again, Droid. And yeah, everyone in the chat, please make Zachary S feel very welcome. Shoutouts to Mama Mercy. The Bloodline is here. Part of the Bloodline is here. If you don't like turn-based, cancel your Octopath pre-order then. Well, no, he said strategy turn-based. I think he said strategy, not just regular turn-based. I think he said SRPG, not just regular RPG. Strategy RPG and turn-based RPGs are literally the same thing. The only difference is that you move on a grid. You move on a grid, then you do your attack. But it's literally the same thing as a turn-based RPG. The only difference is that usually strategy RPGs, you have a lot more characters on screen. And obviously position is a big deal between... you know, a turn-based RPG, like a regular turn-based RPG and a strategy RPG, positioning and terrain is more important. So that's all they do is they add in it makes it more tactical. For the most part, strategy RPGs are more a tactical experience than regular RPGs, because strategy RPGs, you can include the terrain. They have a lot of the same elements of a it is a turn-based RPG. Strategy RPG is the same thing as a turn-based RPG. The only difference is that they just add in other elements to make things more tactical, you know. So that's basically it. Only difference between the two. More tactical elements. Yeah, Marvel plus Rabbids is really good. Another strategy action RPG. Strategy RPG. No, just strategy RPG. Strategy action-ish RPG. Strategy RPG. So, a new Battle Network game. Yeah, the funny thing about Battle Network, people talk about that in terms of like a strategy RPG, or Battle Network reminds me of like a strategy action RPG. It's more of like a strategy action RPG. So, so yeah. Shout outs to Squampy, and he says then turn-based RPGs are like Final Fantasy and Golden Sun, where strategy RPG is on a grid like isometric, like Fire Emblem. Well, yeah, just really, I mean, you can have them on a grid or you can have them not on a grid. They don't have to be on a grid. They just, putting it on a grid just makes it easier to like plan your strategies when they are on like a grid. But for example, like Valkyria Chronicles, that's a strategy RPG, but it's also like an action RPG, and it's also kind of like a turn-based RPG at times too. So you have games like that, which most people consider Valkyria Chronicles a strategy RPG, but there's no grid. There's no grid on Valkyria Chronicles, so it doesn't have to have a grid to be a strategy RPG, because Valkyria Chronicles, the first genre people usually define it as is a strategy RPG, but it's also action because you can move around in real time. But then again, it's also turn-based because you move units one at a time. So it's a mix of all three genres. It's probably one of the most unique RPGs ever made. Very hard to mix all three of those into one, but Valkyria Chronicles does it, and it does it pretty flawlessly, to be honest. So yeah. So all strategy RPGs are RPGs, but not all RPGs are strategy RPGs, right? LOL, yeah. Not all RPGs are strategy RPGs, but all strategy RPGs are RPGs. There you go. Are there any bad Fire Emblem games? I wouldn't say that there's any bad. No, I wouldn't say there's any bad Fire Emblem games. I would say that they're all pretty good. A lot of them are ridiculously hard, though. That's the one thing. A lot of them are really, really hard, so some people don't like them because of how hard they are. But yeah, there's probably no bad Fire Emblem games for the most part that I can think of. And there are some games that people don't like as much as other games, but overall, the history is pretty much unblemished. With the worst Fire Emblem game is, I mean, if you're gonna count Fire Emblem Warriors, that's probably maybe like the worst one that people would point out. But that's not even the same type of Fire Emblem game, you know. So, but yeah, everyone has their preferences of like what Fire Emblem games that they like, what they don't like, you know. But none of them are really bad, per se, you know. None of them are really bad. I love turn-based RPG. I think you might get the new Fire Emblem game and get into it. Okay. Jeffrey Augustine says, let's see. OJ, I know that they didn't announce Golden Sun. What do you think we'll see on Switch? What do you want to see? Yeah, Golden Sun. That'd be like one of my #1 franchises that I want to see on the Switch is Golden Sun. So yeah. Sea of waifus could sell, turn-based or not. Sea of waifus? What is that? What is Sea of waifus? I was like, waifus? Is the wife saying waifus? Like, what is Sea of waifus? Is Chrono Trigger a good game to play? What type of question is that? Chrono Trigger is one of the all-time greatest games. Why would you ask that question? Elite Shadow, my guy. My guy, I thought you were a man of taste and culture. After that question, I'm gonna have to rescind taste or culture. One of those two. One of those two. You can't ask that question. Is Chrono Trigger a good game to play? Oh man, that's no boy. Of course it is. Yes. 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 Chrono Trigger is amazing. Squampy, Shadow Dragon DS remake on the DS wasn't very good. The weird 3D art isn't nearly as good as the original sprite work. But it's still a good game though. I think that's just your own personal taste. It's not a bad game though. You're talking about sprite work. The gameplay's solid in that DS game. You're talking about like graphics and things like that. That doesn't make it not a good game. That just makes it you don't like the art style. But the gameplay in the Dragon on the Shadow Dragon is really good. It's actually pretty good gameplay. So I'm gonna have to disagree with that only because you're talking about just like the sprite work and stuff like that. But the actual gameplay, the content, it's the same game. That if you thought the original was good, then this one's good because it's the same game with added content in there. So you can't necessarily say that it's not a good game if you thought the original. If you think the original's good, then you can't really say that Shadow Dragon's not good because it's literally the same game with more stuff to do in it, you know, with more content. So yeah, it's a good game. You just don't like you just don't think the sprite work is good. Sea of Pyramithras? What? I don't know what you guys are talking about. I see Metroid news. I click. Well, we're getting into Metroid in just a bit, guys. So we're gonna wrap up with Fire Emblem here probably in the next 10-15 minutes. I'm gonna read more about that. Well, there you go. You said some of them were useless because others were overpowered, but Radiant Dawn also had that problem. But Radiant Dawn's a good game. Shadow Dragon's a good game. There's just some issues with some of them. But like I said, they're not bad. They're not bad games. Like Shadow Dragon is not a. It's not a bad game. Like people are trying to talk about like, is it a bad game? Like Duke Nukem Forever. That's a bad game. Like you know, are any of them rated bad? You know, there aren't any Fire Emblems that people universally kind of pan. You know, now personal preferences, yeah, there are some Fire Emblems that people don't like as much as others, but on a general scale, general consensus, do people think there are any generally bad Fire Emblem games? No. There aren't any generally bad Fire Emblem games. There are some games, some things that you don't like about it, you know. There are some things that are maybe not as good as other Fire Emblem games, but that doesn't mean it's a bad game, you know. That doesn't mean it's bad. So I want to make sure that I make that clear when what the person was talking about. Not, oh, well, this wasn't really good here, you know, not nitpick on certain things, which I agree with you, Swampy, on some of the stuff that you're saying. I absolutely agree with you. But at the same time, is Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon a bad game? No, it's not a bad game. A bad game is like I said, like Duke Nukem Forever, or like, you know, like Castle of Heart. That's a bad game. You know what I'm saying? Like Castle of Heart on the Switch, that's a bad game. So yeah, those are bad games. There are no bad Fire Emblem games, and there are some that I don't. There are games that I don't care about in the Fire Emblem franchise. There are games that I don't really like that much. But just looking at what other people have said and just at the overall big picture, are they bad? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Personally, I prefer Chrono Cross. I will be in the chat getting motion sickness while driving. Oh wow, okay. Just watch. Just watch then, Mama Mercy. Don't. Well, yeah. Well, that's what the guy was talking about, though, Squampy. He was talking about, are there any bad games in the franchise? And there are no bad games. There are just certain games that people like more than others, pretty much. Henry from Plagia? OJ, what if by open world Fire Emblem they had tons of chapters open at once and the story was more support conversation focused? No, people were talking about open world Fire Emblem as in like a game that's like completely open world, like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, like that, or like GTA. Not like you do what you do in GTA, but open world like that. You know, they weren't talking about certain things like kind of, you know, mix it in there. Talking about an actual open world game. I mean, I don't know what you were trying to describe. Tons of chapters open all at once. I mean, that would, I mean, I see what you're trying to say. Like, okay, so I think you're trying to make a comment about how an open world Fire Emblem game would be. Okay, so let's talk about your idea. So actually, that's not a horrible idea. So basically, you have a bunch of different scenarios, right? You're saying chapters or scenarios, and then you can basically engage those scenarios in the order that you want to engage them in, which I guess you could do. That would be tough, though. That would be tough. That would also cause balancing issues with your troops, because as you go along, Fire Emblem games get harder and harder for the most part, unless you're playing on the hardest difficulty, unless you're playing on the, you know, that is pretty much hard from the very beginning, you know, but there would be some balancing issues with that. They'd have to really fine-tune and tweak it. I would be more open to a traditional one, but I guess if they could balance it, I guess it could work. It could actually work if they could balance it. Drake of the 99 Dragons is a bad game. That is also a bad game. That is also a bad game. Something tells me that main Fire Emblem characters will be in Smash Switch, since Sakurai loves Fire Emblem. Yeah, Sakurai does love Fire Emblem. I think we're going to get a lot of Fire Emblem characters in Smash Switch. Although, when Smash for Wii U came out, Fire Emblem Fates, that was not out yet, so they added in Corrin later. So it just depends on like when does the new Fire Emblem come out. Like if it's afterwards, did they make the character already in anticipation of the game? So Sakurai might have known about that, but I'm not sure if Sakurai was privy to that knowledge. I mean, maybe he was, but I don't know. I think that might just be DLC. Like, if you're talking about the new main characters for the new Fire Emblem, I think that just might be like DLC for, you know, for for Smash Brothers, you know, on the Switch. So yeah. Mega Man X7 is a bad game. What RPG would you want to see Fire Emblem crossover with? I don't want to see any RPGs crossover. I'm not a huge fan of crossovers, guys. Like, I'm really not a huge fan of crossovers, and I'll give you guys the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of crossovers. Unless it's like a fighting game, or unless it's like something like that, crossovers just seem to be really weird to me. Like, I played like Pokemon Conquest, you know, and that was just really weird. I played, you know, I've played like Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Like, look at what happened to that game. I think really what kind of like soured me on crossovers was Tokyo Mirage Sessions, because it's like, it was so unnecessary. Like, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, in terms of what they did, like the crossover, it's like they bumbled around for years because they had trouble just trying to put together these two. It's like, oh, Shin Megami Tensei, oh, Fire Emblem, oh, it's gonna be amazing. But then you get Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which is amazing in its own right, but it's not. I mean, it's Shin Megami Tensei. That's what it is. It's Shin Megami Tensei with music and stuff. So, I mean, it always just leads to issues. So I'm not really the biggest fan of just crossovers, because how many crossover games have we played that wasn't a fighting game that was just so amazing to where you're like, oh my gosh, this is just the best crossover ever. I haven't played many. I've barely played any, and I've tried to play crossover games, guys, and they just seem to me like they never work. So I don't really want anything crossing over with Fire Emblem. I just want just give me Fire Emblem, and whatever franchise you would like to cross over, just give me that franchise. Because whenever you start crossing things over, it almost never works out. It almost never works out from what I've seen. Like, I mean, you have like Disney, like what is it, Kingdom Hearts? But like Kingdom Hearts is different because that's like Disney characters, you know what I'm saying? That's like established worlds, like movies and like, you know, Toy Story and just Disney IPs. It's not crossing over. I mean, you have like some Square Enix, obviously you have Square Enix stuff, but it's not really a crossover of those franchises. They're just guest starring in the game of Kingdom Hearts, which is its own game. So I'm not opposed to guest characters in games, you know, but I don't like crossovers per se, because you get Tokyo Mirage Session when that happens, you know. So yeah, we'll see. Is Red Steel a good game? The original Red Steel is not that great, but Red Steel 2 is really good. Yeah, the censorship was BS. Absolutely, I agree the censorship was BS. But Tokyo Mirage Sessions, outside of the censorship, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is a very good game with some severe flaws. The censorship obviously is a big flaw, and also the gamepad in that game, the usage of the gamepad is no bueno in that game as well. It would really do well. No, it wouldn't do well. It would really be good. I would really like it if we got a Switch port of that game, but I don't think we will. Mario plus Rabbids. That's a good crossover. Mario plus Rabbids is a good crossover. I agree. That one's good. But like I said, it's very rare to find those. You know, it's very rare to find them. But did anybody want Mario plus Rabbids to crossover? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like people are saying, hey, what's your crossover with Mario? Oh, how about the Rabbids? They gave us a crossover that nobody asked for, but it ended up being good. So... Shoutouts, Velvet. Nice headband, OJ. Thank you, Velvet. I appreciate it. We got a sponsor today, so I had to put on the headband. Yeah, it's hard to get the best of two IPs in one of them. Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. It's really hard. So, Fire. Okay, you guys are all talking about Shin Megami. Okay, we're talking about that's Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Tokyo Mirage Sessions. So yeah, I agree. Tokyo Mirage Sessions is good, but Tokyo Mirage Sessions, it's not like it's like a real crossover between. I mean, there's some stuff from Fire Emblem. Obviously, you have like the, but it doesn't feel like Fire Emblem per se. I mean, they have some weapon triangle stuff. They have some characters, obviously, some of the Mirages or whatever, or the Shadows or whoever that you have, you know, that you use on your team, like Chrom and stuff and Sheeta. But it's not like. It's weird. It's not like you're using Chrom. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so weird how they put that crossover together. Essentially, it's a Shin Megami Tensei spin-off game. That's what Tokyo Mirage Sessions is. It's a Shin Megami Tensei game with some Fire Emblem elements. You know, you can use the Master Seals. You know, there's a weapon triangle type of stuff. You know, But outside of that, not much. So like, yeah, like Legend of Zelda crossover with Kid Icarus. It's like, I don't. Why? I don't need Pit in Zelda. I don't need Zelda in. I mean, I don't need that. Like, I don't. Can we just get a new Kid Icarus game? Can we get a new Zelda game? That's what I would want. I would want a new Zelda game and a new Kid. I don't need Pit hanging out with Link. You know, unless it's Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers makes sense, but I don't know why anybody would want that. Like, what's the gameplay mechanics for that? You know. Yeah. So I don't know. Mario crossover with Resident Evil. Once again, what was that? What does that do? The problem too with the crossovers, it's like, okay, well then do we get a new game in that franchise? Like, obviously, if there was if they take the time to make a Zelda and Kid Icarus crossover, it's like, what about the new Zelda game? What about a new Kid Icarus game? Like, I just think that if they just focus on what they need to do in terms of making those franchises, that's all we need. And then like the big crossover game is Smash Brothers. That's where you get to play as Pit. That's where you get to play as Link, as Zelda, as Ganon, as all these cool different characters. And then you put it in there, and if they make like a story mode, there you go. There's your huge crossover game and Smash Brothers. You have your story mode. You can fight with all those people. To me, that makes more sense. Like, that's your crossover game. That's what you get, you know. Like, it doesn't make sense to cross over just Kid Icarus and Zelda. That doesn't make any sense to me. You missed the Wii era of Nintendo? I do not miss the Wii era like one bit. This era of Nintendo is so much better than the Wii era. I mean, look, guys, don't get me wrong. There was some cool stuff in the Wii era, but Nintendo just, like, the Wii era had its issues. The Wii era had its issues. It had its issues with forcing gimmicks on people. And that's the thing. I'm not opposed to gimmicks, but I don't necessarily like forcing gimmicks down people's throats. Even in the games that I love the most, or even in the games that I like the most. Like, for example, Tokyo Mirage Sessions. That's one of my favorite Wii U games. But even in that game, what do? You gotta use the gamepad to look at messages. If you're using the Pro Controller, you gotta switch off and then use the gamepad for certain things. Xenoblade Chronicles X, if you're using the Pro Controller because you want to have battery life, oh, you gotta look at the gamepad for doing. Like, you gotta use two controllers for playing the game. I mean, it's silly. I mean, I guess with my current setup right now, I could set my gamepad right here and play with my Pro Controller, and it'd be easy to just kind of use the gamepad and also use the Pro Controller with my current setup, because I have a 4K monitor right here, and I can hook up my HDMI and play the game. Whereas my old setup, I had my normal TV. That's how I was playing the game, so it was harder to have just the gamepad by you know, because I didn't have anything to set it on. At least I tried to kind of set it on my TV. It was just like, it was just too much. So for me, that was the problem with the Wii era Nintendo, is that they forced gimmicks down your throat. Even with games that had Pro Controller support, oh, you gotta use the gamepad for things. I mean, not all of them, but some of them did. Like, even for games like at launch, like Batman, it's like, okay, I want to play some Batman. Okay, I have to use the gamepad for Batman. Why can't I use that? And like, same thing with the Wii. The Wii was even more egregious than the Wii U. The Wii basically made you use, like, a lot of games made you just use the Wii remote and nunchuck. For example, Donkey Kong Country Returns. Is there a reason why I've got to use the Wii remote and nunchuck for Donkey Kong Country Returns? Is there a reason why I can't use the classic controller for a classic franchise? Which I'd rather just do that. Like, I have to do motion controls for rolls and things like this, and it's just, the Wii era can just go away. I'm so happy the Wii era is gone. I like this era that we're in. We're in the new age Nintendo era. We're in giving people gimmicks and giving people normal control options. We have gimmicks, right? Where's my Switch? My Switch is over there. We have the 1-2 switch. We have motion controls, but all of it's optional. We have the same stuff that we had in the Wii era with motion controls, with IR, with stuff like that. But we also have normal controls too. We don't have any forced gimmicks. We can play games any way we want. We have no more having to buy a game on DS, having to buy a game on Wii. You know, a lot of Nintendo's games, all of Nintendo's main games are all coming to the Switch. So for me, the Wii era can just go kick rocks, man. Wii era can kick rocks, man. I think it's beyond. It's not even just third-party support, though. That's not the problem with the Wii U. The Wii U had problems with just like online. The Wii U had problems with, like I said, forcing gimmicks with the Wii U gamepad. There was all sorts of stuff. Wii U had it wasn't just third-party support. It's more to it than that. More to it than that. So yeah, is Nintendo Prime here? Ah, shout outs to Nintendo Prime, man. How's it going, Nintendo Prime? Glad for you to be here. Do appreciate you being here. Nope, love the Wii, man. Wii's good, guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that I don't like the Wii. There's a lot of great games on the Wii, but they just forced way too many gimmicks. I like having the option of being able to play games. I like having the option of being able to play games normally or use the gimmicks. And the Wii, too many times, forced gimmicks down on you. Now, like I said, I still like the Wii. Mario Galaxy, one of my favorite games of all time. Mario Galaxy 2 is great. Metroid Prime is great. Metroid Prime Trilogy is great. Xenoblade Chronicles is great. But once again, like, just certain things that they made you do. So, yeah. Switch, in my opinion, Switch is just much better. Switch is just much better. You'd argue that Nintendo Wii is the best Nintendo system ever made. I would say the best Nintendo system ever made. I disagree. I don't think it's the best Nintendo system ever made because there's too many gimmicks forced down your throat, in my opinion. Now, if they made it completely optional, like let's say you can use gimmicks like motion controls and you can use that, and like you can use like normal standard controls, then I might agree with you. But the fact that, you know, they force you to use certain controls that aren't as good, to me, makes it not the best of all time. If they gave you that option, though, I would say yes, maybe there's an arguing point there. But the Wii has a lot of good games, don't get me wrong. But the main problem with the Wii is that there's not enough RPGs. Just plain and simple, Nintendo didn't make enough RPGs. So that's probably my main arguing point against the Wii being the best of all time. There's just not enough. Nintendo, from a first-party standpoint, did not have enough RPGs on the Wii. I mean, they had some. They had Fire Emblem, that was on the Wii. They had Xenoblade. They had Lost Story. Not Lost Story, The Last Story. They had Pandora's Tower. There were some, but we had to fight for those last three. You know, Project Rainfall. We had to fight for those last three. They came out at the very end of the Wii's life. During the Wii's heydays, like its biggest heydays, which was like 2006 to 2010, the Wii barely got any RPGs. So I would actually personally argue that the Switch is better than the Wii. I think the Switch is better than the Wii because already at this point, I think we have more RPGs, you know, from a first-party standpoint, or we're tying the amount of RPGs on, like, from the Wii. Like, it's pretty close. Same thing with the Wii U. I can't put Wii U high up on my list because there's just no RPGs on that system. There's just not enough either. So, yeah, I would say Switch is better than both the Wii. Even at this point, I would say the Switch is better than the Wii and the Wii U, which is funny. GameCube is the best. I don't know if GameCube is the best. GameCube is definitely up there. I would put it's definitely in my top 3. GameCube, best Nintendo system. I would put Super Nintendo first, and then maybe the GameCube. Maybe the GameCube comes second. Maybe the NES. But I like GameCube more than NES. I'm just talking about full scope of games. GameCube was really good, though. GameCube was really good. If we're talking about Nintendo home consoles, right? Nintendo home consoles, not portable systems as well, because Nintendo always did a lot of portable RPGs. But for me, you got to have RPGs to be considered the best of all time. And to me, Super Nintendo is the king. It had all the third-party RPGs, or most of them had. Nintendo didn't really make a lot of first-party RPGs, but still, it still had all the cool RPGs, man. The exclusives. They had those exclusive RPGs that you can only play on the Super Nintendo, man. So Super Nintendo for me, number 1. And I'd probably say, like, if we're including Switch in this, like, we're not, you know, if we're including Switch, I'd actually probably put Switch at number 2 or 3. It's like, it's between the GameCube and Switch. It's getting there, because the problem that I would say with GameCube is that actually there's no problem with GameCube. Actually, it actually has some cool RPGs. There's no problem with GameCube, but the Switch got Xenoblade, and that's the thing. Switch got Xenoblade 2. Switch, not only did Switch get Xenoblade 2, but Switch got Project Octopath. Switch got Project Octopath, Xenoblade 2, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and also Super Mario Odyssey. You know, all in like less than a year. On top of that, we're getting Fire Emblem. We're getting stuff like Shin Megami Tensei 5. We're getting just so many different RPGs, so many great games, action games, adventure games, like everything. Like, if you take like the indie support as well on there, it's just amazing. Oh my gosh, yo, Toby Blaster, let's go! Let's go, my boy, Brobacha, the Bloodline, the Uchiha. Please, everyone in the chat, please hit this man with the Sharingan. Thank you so much. And also with the Monado. I'm really feeling that. Thank you so much, Brobacha, with the $50 donation. Jesus Christ, man. Futon Toby Rasengan Blaster. And he says, hope this helps. Absolutely, it helps. Thank you so much. I do appreciate the huge donation, Brobacha, especially since you donated yesterday as well, a big donation. So 2 in a row. So thank you so much, man. Do appreciate the support. Toby Blaster. Yeah, that was a huge Toby Blaster. Hitting us with those Sharingans, man. Seriously. Thank you so much. Toby Blaster! Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Everyone in the chat, please give some love to Brobacha. Hit us with that Toby Blaster donation. And yes, it definitely does help. Just to let you guys know, since you did do that donation, I wanted to wait before I announced this, guys. I wanted to wait, but I'm so hyped right now. Because your boy gets a little hyped. Your boy gets a little hyped. And we have to move on to Metroid. Okay, so we've got a brand new show that I'm debuting on Thursday. Brand new show on Thursday. I'm recording it, and I think I talked about this a little bit, and it's going to be called Ninja Tech. It's going to be called Ninja Tech. It's going to be a tech series. Whenever I get products from companies, it can be video games. I'm going to have some cool presentation. I'm trying to do a dual camera setup, so you'll see it just like this, and then we'll switch over to a separate camera, and then you'll have the products right there, and I'll unbox them to where you'll see my desk, and you'll see the products right there, and it'll seamlessly switch in the video. So I'm trying to get a little bit more production value. I got another camera, and I'm gonna set that up, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. And the first episode is going to be this Thursday. I'm going to be unboxing, or I'm going to be showing off some cool tech that's going to greatly improve the channel. So I got some cool tech coming in. So it cost me around $1,000 for all this tech. so your donation helps. It was $1,000. You guys donated a lot of it though. For like, you guys already know what you guys donated for. So I'm hyped and excited. But I did get something else for you guys that I've been teasing. But altogether, it was like $1,000. But it's worth it because the channel's gonna get such a big boost. It's gonna get such a big boost. Quality. We're future-proofing ourselves. 4K. Let's go. So a lot of stuff, man. Hyped. Yes, definitely hyped. Tech. It's gonna be called Ninja Tech. Ninja Tech. Or it could be called Tech Ninja. Which one do you guys like? Ninja Tech or Tech Ninja? I kind of like Ninja Tech. Ninja Tech sounds good. No, not Tech Ninja. No, I don't like Tech Ninja. Because Tech Ninja makes it seem as if I do tech all the time, which I don't. So I'm not going to do Tech Ninja. Ninja Tech. Ninja Tech. Tech Ninja. What up, Ninja Tech? Yeah, it's going to be fun. Ninja Tech. Yeah, I think Ninja Tech is good. Ninja Tech is good. Ninja Tech is good. Excuse me. So yeah, looking forward to it. Tech Ninja. Tech Ninja Tech. Ninja Tech. Ninja Tech. Ninja Tech. Ninja Tech. Tech Ninja. Hashtag Ninja Tech for the win. Shinobi Tech. Yeah, you use Shinobi. Ninja Tech is good. Tech Ninja. Alright guys, let's move on to Metroid because I only have about 10 to 15 minutes left. Okay. Tech Essence. I'm not doing Tech Essence. Okay, so guys, questions, comments, and concerns, let me know. Give me your questions, give me all that stuff. So we got Metroid. Let's talk about Metroid because we've been talking about all sorts of other stuff. We kind of deviated into other things. I gotta go pick up my daughter in a bit. So let's talk about Metroid. So Dr. Trey made a new video the other day talking about how Unreal Engine 4 is all but confirmed for Metroid Prime 4. So that's interesting because I talked about Metroid Prime 4 potentially using Unreal Engine 4. So what are your thoughts, just since we have to kind of group this all together so we can get Q&A, and what are your thoughts if Metroid Prime 4 did use Unreal Engine 4? What are your thoughts on that? What do you guys think? I personally feel that it could. You know, I'm about 50-50 on it, leaning towards yes, because I talked about this beforehand in terms of them just using Unreal Engine 4 because games like Yoshi use Unreal Engine 4. So, I mean, it could, but we'll have to wait and see. And that's the reason why I think that it could still launch in 2018 because they're using Unreal Engine 4. They don't have to create an engine from scratch, but that's just my thoughts. So give me your thoughts on that. Sweeney Tech with the astronaut stamp of approval. All right, Ned. All right, Ninja Tech. Yeah, Ninja Tech sounds good. So give me your thoughts, guys. Also questions as well. Give me your thoughts on Metroid and all that. Sorry that we didn't have more time for Metroid. We kind of deviated into other things, which happens. But I got to go pick up my daughter in about 13 minutes or so. They should have used their own engine. Well, I think it's the timing wise, right? I think they probably want to get it out in 2018. So timing wise. Shoutouts to Fury Tiger with a $2.35 donation through Streamlabs. Thank you so much. And also Brabacha, thank you so much for using Streamlabs as well. Very streamer friendly. Same thing, Fury Tiger. Thank you so much. And he says, play Ninja Gaiden NES Battlefield. Absolutely. I love Ninja Gaiden. I love me some Ninja Gaiden. Which I mean, I hate Ninja Gaiden, by the way. Battlefield. That game's too hard. Ninja Gaiden is... Those games were a pain in the butt as a kid. Hated them. Battlefield... Okay, I hope this... Is this it? Is this... Okay, are you playing the original... This is Ninja Gaiden 2. Are you thinking about this one? Environments are going to be clean using Unreal Engine. Will I wear the headband during Ninja Tech? Oh, you'll see. You'll see. Metroid Prime 4 could obtain 1080p 60 frames per second Unreal because it only has a load a few areas at one scene. The level loads could be quicker because of how it runs off an SSD. Okay, interesting. All right, is that it? Okay, Fairy Tiger? This is it. Okay, so this is apparently this is Ninja Gaiden 2, the Dark Sword of Chaos, Battlefield boss 2. So, or Battlefield 2 boss. Ninja Gaiden on the DS is a fun game. Yeah, it actually is a fun game on the DS. That game's easy though. That game's easy. It's so easy compared to the old school Ninja Gaiden games. So yeah. But Ninja Gaiden on the did you comment on that Marcus Sellers trolling incident? Which one are you talking about? Which one are you talking about, Squid? Have I played Alliance Live demo on the Nintendo 3DS? Yeah, I've played it before. I've played it. If you guys want to get my attention for a question, just tag my name. Put at PlayerEssence so it tags it in orange, so it makes it easier to see. NX Revolution says, what do you think the likelihood of us getting a new DS Zelda reveal at E3? We haven't seen a DS Zelda game. I mean, it could, but I don't know. I don't think so. Who knows at this point? Super Tech Melee. The Smash fake leaks. Yeah, I saw about that, but I don't want to. I don't know what's going on here. Liam Robertson is having a battle with this Marcus Sellers guy. There's so many people on both sides. It's just like, let's just wait and see what happens. Tech with the ninja. I'm just gonna go with Ninja Tech. The artist and the environment loads beyond the door after a shoot and may not open upward of 10 seconds. That needs to be fixed in Metroid Prime 4. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen in Metroid Prime 4. I think they're gonna get rid of that. Do you think we'd see Metroid Prime Trilogy, and if so, remaster or straight port? I don't know. We'll see. Jasper says, PlayerEssence, what do you think about a new Toon-styled Zelda game for the Switch? I think they should just probably go with like Breath of the Wild. Just go with that, because that's kind of Toonish looking. Not like Wind Waker Toonish, but that's still kind of like animated in a sort of way. It doesn't have like the more realistic graphics like Twilight Princess, for example. It's more like Skyward Sword, evolution of Skyward Sword's art. So I say I think they should just really focus on the Switch and that engine, Breath of the Wild, and making it run better, which they've done, but really making it really fine-tuned for the Switch, and just kind of going forward from there. That's what I think. I'm just bored at work. OJ, ignore me. What'd you say, Andre? I got teched? I got teched? Okay, just ignore you? Okay, I'll ignore you. Ninja Gaiden on the Wii U was hard. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden 3 was hard on the Wii U, but he was talking about the DS game. Most Ninja Gaiden games are hard. Actually, almost all Ninja Gaiden games are hard. The only Ninja Gaiden game from what I remember, that is not hard. And I've played Ninja Gaiden. For some reason, I've put myself through Ninja Gaiden games, guys. I don't know why, but I have. But the only game that I remember, the two games that aren't really that hard are Ninja Gaiden DS, which the reason why that game isn't hard because Tomonobu Itagaki said that he wants a game that his daughter could play. His daughter was saying, Dad, I want to play a Ninja Gaiden game, but I want to play an easy Ninja Gaiden. Like, I don't want the game to be hard. So he made Ninja Gaiden DS to where you can play it like a book. You kind of play it like as if it was like a book, and you can play it that way. But that game's not hard at all. And also Ninja Gaiden, the Yaiba. Yaiba's not really hard compared to the other Ninja Gaiden games. I mean, it's not super easy, but Ninja Gaiden Z Yaiba or whatever, that game's trash. Man, that game's trash. But that game's not super hard either. But it's horrible. It's not a good game at all. Like, it's frustrating because of the camera angles. The combat is sloppy. That game is just complete trash. But yeah, that game, Ninja Gaiden, if you're gonna count that as a Ninja Gaiden game, whatever, you know, like that game is not too hard. Outside of that, all the other Ninja Gaiden games are hard. We're talking about Ninja Gaiden, the original 1, 2, and 3, Ninja Gaiden when it came back, Ninja Gaiden original, Ninja Gaiden Black, Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden 3, all of those games are really hard. Really hard. Ninja Gaiden 3 on the Wii U is, I'm pretty sure most people that bought the game on the Wii U didn't beat it. It was ridiculously hard. Oh my, I put that game on the harder difficulty too. I'm crazy and I put it on the harder difficulty. Oh my god. Oh god, you just get destroyed out of nowhere. I mean, they give you a lot of tools to be good. Like, but just, man. Oh man, that game is too hard. That game is too hard. I remember as if it was yesterday how hard that game is. Let's see. Tech-It Ralph. Tech-It Ralph, there you go. Smash that like button. Let's go, guys. Let's see if we can get to some more likes on the video. I'd be really appreciate it. I've actually beat all of the Ninja Gaiden games on the NES. Devil May Cry is not easy. Devil May Cry is not an easy game. It's not as hard as Ninja Gaiden, but it's not easy. You said that you hope Fire Emblem Switch keeps the dungeons from echoes. That'd be interesting if they did that. Just to let you guys know, I've beat Ninja Gaiden in very... I don't even want to talk about it. I hate it. I don't like Ninja Gaidens on the NES. I don't like them. They're too hard. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't get time to play games, so they just play it on easy. PlayerEssence, what was your favorite series or game that many people know that not many people know about? Oh, favorite series or game that not many people know about. I'm not really sure. You guys know about all this stuff because I talk about all my favorite genres and stuff. But I did like Lufia as a kid. And also Illusion of Gaia. I don't talk about Illusion of Gaia much or Lufia, but those are two of my favorite Super Nintendo games. So maybe you guys didn't know that about me. Also, if you're talking about Xbox, the original Halo, I know I haven't talked about that much, but that was one of my favorite games. I played Halo like crazy. I probably put like 10,000 hours into Halo. I mean, honestly, I think I put around 10,000 over all the time. The original Halo that I've played that game, all the LAN parties, we played that game for literally like almost like a decade. I played that game from like 2001 or whatever till it launched all the way to like 2010. I played that game for almost like a decade of like LAN parties and stuff, you know. College, we had LAN parties with Halo. So yeah, I might have put 10,000 hours over the decade that I played that game. So Halo, I was a hardcore Halo player. I even went to some tournaments. Not as crazy as Dreamcast dude, but I even went to tournaments and played Halo. We went there in squads. We won some tournaments. We got bodied sometimes. So yeah, maybe that's something you guys don't know about me, is that I really liked Halo 1 on the Xbox. Also, I like True Crime Streets of LA for some reason, even though it's not that good of a game, but I used to play the heck of it on the Xbox. Hey OJ, have you tried Rocket League update? I have not tried the Rocket League update yet. I have not tried it yet. I've seen people running the performance mode, and there's no, or the graphics mode, the quality mode, and there's no reason to run that mode. There's no reason to run that mode. Absolutely zero reason to play the game in 30 frames per second when there's a 60 frames per second option. But thank you so much, Riku Tag. Shout outs for the donation. Thank you so much for $2 through Super Chat. But yeah, well, hopefully we play some Rocket League this weekend. All right, take it easy, Mama Mercy. You taking off? All right, take it easy, Mama Mercy. Hey, OJ, what about on Metroid Prime 4 online? I don't know if it comes, it comes. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. What do you think Metroid Prime 4 multiplayer will be like? Well, I don't know if there's going to be Metroid Prime 4 multiplayer, but I would guess that it'd be some type of evolution from the DS game. Any particular new classes you trying to see for Fire Emblem? No, I'm going into it with the open mind. PlayerEssence, have you played any Fire Emblem games that aren't on the 3DS? Yes, I've told you, I've played every single Fire Emblem game. I haven't beat every single Fire Emblem game, but I've played every single Fire Emblem game. I don't like all of them. 10,000 hours, no more making fun of me for 225 hours of Skyrim in a month. Yeah, man. That's true. That's true. Although I haven't made fun of you for that in a while. Halo, the only good exclusive on Xbox. I disagree, man. I think Jade Empire was an exclusive on Xbox. That was really good. But if you're talking about current IPs, maybe. You might be right about that. Gears of War is not bad. It's just not that great, in my opinion. Marvel voices players. I'm not sure if you're a fan of Metroid lore, but what do you think about Metroid Prime 4 being after Metroid Fusion? I'm not a huge fan of Metroid lore until I actually start playing the games. But like I don't really like theory on Metroid lore and all that. I just wait for the games, and I let other people do the theories, and then as soon as I know like the timeline and people put together videos, then I'll watch that. Like I'll watch a retrospective, for example, like game trailers, which you can still watch. It's all archived on IGN. You can watch game trailers. They used to do a retro, the best retro timeline or retro where they go through all the different games and piece together is game trailers. You guys need to watch them. Watch it on Resident Evil, although it's a bit old now, and obviously they don't have the newer Resident Evil games. But if you have a chance, just type in game trailers retro. I forgot what the show was called. Maybe someone in the chat can know. But game trailers used to do these retro shows where they go through all the games and put games in timelines and orders and stuff, and it was just... it's so good. It's so good. And I wait for that. I wait for people to make videos like that, and then I get into it. Because while I'm playing Metroid, I'm not trying to read all the lore and all that. I'm not trying to read the comics and all that crap. I'll just let somebody else do it, and then I'll just watch a hype video that someone else makes. You know? So yeah. So yeah. The remake Thracia 776. Yeah, man. I mean... well, if you always wanted a more hardcore Fire Emblem difficulty-wise, just put it on Lunatic, dude. KJ, you want a hardcore Fire Emblem? I dare you to play Fire Emblem Conquest on Lunatic. Bruh, you're gonna... if you can beat that on Lunatic, hats off to you. If you can beat Fire Emblem Fates Conquest on Lunatic, not Birthright, but Conquest on Lunatic, bruh. I had my hands full on hard mode. And... they give you less stuff and like less resources and stuff than Awakening. Although Awakening has surprise reinforcements that just come out of nowhere. But Lunatic mode on Fire Emblem Fates Conquest is absolutely bonkers. Bonkers, my guy. Hey OJ, have you watched G4 before? X-Play and the Attack of the Show? Yeah, I used to watch that back in the day. I used to have it. My mom got the extra channels. I used to watch G4, Attack on the Show, and X-Play and all that stuff. I used to watch all those shows on G4. And then it got really lame to where all they showed was like cops and cheaters on G4. So yeah. All right, guys, I'll take one more question because I actually have to go pick up my daughter, so I'll take one more question. You really need to get Awakening? Yeah, Awakening's hype. You know what would be super hype? A freaking remastered triple pack. Awakening, Fates, and Echoes all in one pack. Upgraded graphics? Yo. That's not gonna happen, but yo! What do I think of a new 2D Metroid? I think a new 2D Metroid after like a remake, let's say like a remake of Super Metroid, complete like with great 2D graphics. Oh, that would be dope. And like some extra content in there. Oh, sign me up day one. Metroid Zero Mission remake, Zero Mission, and Super Metroid double packed remake with nice HD graphics. That'd be perfect. Perfecto. All right, guys. So that was the last question from Solcar. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Metroid Fusion is absolutely awesome. I played that when I was in high school. I thought it was great. But thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate you guys watch the show. Thank you guys for the donations. Really, I do appreciate that. Also, shout outs to Droid hitting us with that sponsor. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Also for the dollar donation. Brobacha hitting us with the 50 Toby Blaster, and of course Fury Tiger hitting us with the $2.35, and Riku Tag as well, and Dinas hitting us with that $1.99 through Super Chat as well. So thank you guys so much. I do appreciate all the support that you guys gave to me today and watching my videos. So I am going to bounce, but please, before you guys bounce, please make sure you guys check out some of my videos that I have done for today. I've had 2 videos, and they're doing a lot better than yesterday's videos, so I do appreciate that. We have 2 videos. We have one on Dragon Mark for Death and one on Spyro. It'd be cool if we can get to 2,000 views. So if you have not watched the videos for today, I will link both of them. I do both. Now, basically what I'm doing now, guys. Oh, man, what is that? Oh, that's not right. Hold on, remove that. That's not right. So basically what I do, guys, I do 2 videos for you guys. Let's see, link, copy, link address. I do 2 videos, and I do one at 6 a.m. and one at 9 a.m. So you'll basically get both of those videos within a 3-hour period, and then the rest of the day it's live streams and stuff, and then I work on content for the next day, for tomorrow. So that's basically how the days will go. I'll be having some different types of videos. So like the Ninja Tech video is coming, where we're gonna try to make it look a little bit more professional than we usually do for our unboxings. And then we're going to have some other shows. We're going to have reviews as well. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it. And like I said, I do appreciate the support with the donations and all that. It really helps because since I'm doing less PE News and News Essence, because I used to do 3 of those, I actually took a hit on views because obviously you guys like PE News and News Essence. So I'm doing less of that. So I really do appreciate the donations, guys. I really do. So there's both videos. If you guys can check them out if you haven't already done so. They're both pretty short. It'll take you less than 25 minutes to watch both of them, or right around 25 minutes to watch both. So if you can check those out for the rest of the day, that'd be great. If you want to watch replays of my Ni no Kuni live stream that I had earlier today, because I did live stream Ni no Kuni and this live stream, both of those will be available within the next 3 to 5 hours, somewhere in that range. Probably this one around tonight, 6 o'clock or so, and then my Ni no Kuni video will probably go live right when I get back from picking up my daughter. So we'll check out that Ni no Kuni live stream replay. So yeah, great stuff, great content, 4 videos for you guys today. So we will definitely see you guys back tomorrow for PE News, of course, in the morning, and then of course more Ni no Kuni leading up to my review, hopefully this weekend. So yeah, awesome stuff there. Next week we got Xenoblade Chronicles 2, live streaming that till my review is done. So that's gonna be a lot of fun as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and we'll see you guys for the next video. Peace out.